volume. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hope of the elect. I came out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. Wherever you may be, following the example that was set before us. Shalom to the very few, and I do mean very few sisters that do listen up as well. We the brothers from the great millstone Chicago camp out here prophesying the downfall of this present evil world. Another week with y'all once again, man. One day closer to the kingdom.
Hey, Shalom. Yeah, we're going to talk about contradictions. And, you know, you got a lot of people out here in the world who kind of give up on God and, you know, religion and all that. And truthfully said, they should. Because all religions are false and all religions die. You know, all religions lie. All right? But the Bible is a book of truth. All right, the whole history of the world can be found in the Bible. Events that happened in history were written before they happened are found in the Bible. So, the problem with the Bible is that, or with religion is that religion tries to make it tries to universal where all people can be a part of. All right, no matter what the religion. All right, we got some Moabites coming. All right, so they and more than likely, can't just assume though they might be Christians, but more than likely they're Buddhists. At least that's the religion of their homeland. All right, and sadly, the virtues of Buddhism are far greater than the virtues of Christianity, because you know Christians will always talk about love, but never show any love to anybody. As they came constantly murdering, raping, stealing, robbing, and changing, and then lying about it. You know? All right? But nevertheless, Buddhism has some things in it that might be appealing to someone who's actually seeking the truth. All right? And the Wadi Al-Bashimal Shafi is truth. But if I was in the world, I think I would rather buy with a Buddhist than I would a Christian. Because Christians are, like I said, they're full of shit. They preach a love doctrine, but they never show any love. That's right. At all, and never have. You know, they want you to love and forget. But when you look at every Christian nation that was erected since the early 1500s, have all been done with great violence, right. Treacherous dealings. Somebody get that. All right, and then by the stealing of resources, right? That and this the people being the resources too. So not only did they steal people, not only did they steal your land, your oil, your gold, your silver, your ore, the spice in your land, the very land itself, because it was full of trees and you know that bear fruit and whatever. I mean, think about it, man. If you could get, you know, a couple thousand acres of land that's full of apple trees, orange trees, cherry groves, strawberry groves. How much is that land really going to be worth? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, not only do I have this 1,000 acres, you know, and 1,000 acres is a lot of land. All right, a lot of land. Okay. I mean, we're talking about maybe, you know, possibly like the whole downtown area. 1,000 acres, all right, and you can get but it's full of trees that actually bear fruit. That's going to be worth a lot of money, man, a whole lot of money. So not only did they steal you, they stole the land that you lived on. But when you were living on that land, everybody ate for free. You know, they went out and hunted themselves. So you know, they hunted and took care of their people, all right? But those who didn't have anything, you know, the way that Israel did it, we left the corners, you know, free. So the poor could go and feed themselves. They didn't have to go all into the middle of your land. You know, we had a welfare system.
And it kept them from stealing.
You know, exactly, right, exactly. So if my land borders a road that's traveled by everyone, all right, the people who are the have-nots among my people, They don't even have to come on my land. From the road, they can just feed themselves, feed their children, and keep it moving. All right? It wasn't a problem. All right? The Lord is clothed like that, man. But let me get the scriptures real quick.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. Through unrighteous dealings and injuries, all right, and treacherous dealings. This is how certain particular people got wealthy, got rich, got powerful, and the number one weapon that they used after the military might was religion, because it was all done in the name of religion. Okay, I'm gonna come steal, kill, rape your mother, rape your sister, sell your brother. You know, you got 3 brothers and they get sent to different parts of the world, never to see each other again. All right. And then that homeland is taken. Somebody else is living off the fruits of that land, man. Guess what? It was Christians that did that. All right? It wasn't the Buddhists. All right? It wasn't all these other weird religions, Krishna and all. It was mainly Christians that did that. All right? Because I'm not saying like the Buddhists are something perfect. Hey, Shalom. Because, you know, hey, Ammon and Moab was over there, you know, samuraiing each other to death too. You know, and they all was Buddhists. I can't understand how people go to war and y'all call them the same God, man.
It's because it's a false God.
That's because the water. That is the answer, man. You know, why them dudes are all screaming Allah Akbar as they shooting and running at each other. All right? He's screaming Allah Akbar, and you screaming Allah Akbar, and y'all both tossing grenades at each other. Y'all might as well be some Christians bringing democracy. That's how democracy comes, with great violence, man. But get that dealer's treacherous.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So another thing that comes along with that is lies. Lies about history, lies about who's who. Okay? And so you got these false scientific, these theories that you know, you got these theories that are brought about, for example, Darwinism. In Darwinism, they connected it right to the Bible. Because what they did was they took Darwin stood on the shoulders of Johann Blumenbach and finished his work. And what they did was they took Ham, Shem, and Japheth, all right? They took Ham, Shem, and Japheth, because everybody on earth came out of one of those men.
That's right.
Everybody here today either came from Ham, Shem, or Japheth. Point blank period. All people. The evidences of the flood is overwhelming. All right? That's overwhelming evidence of it that cannot be denied. All right? That's an easy thing to do. Okay? And what they did is Edom established himself, all right, in this modern age. He took the Bible and used it as a weapon against the people of religion, but he never identified who the races are according to the Bible. Because see, the problem with that is once you understand biblically who's who, the Bible actually begins to make sense. And the more the Bible begins to make sense by understanding racially who all the people are in Genesis, the 10th chapter, right? Today, then all of a sudden, religion you begin to see all the holes. You begin to see the lies. So they married Johann Blumenbach. His work continued by Charles Darwin. They married Ham, Shem, and Japheth to their false religion and came up with this term called Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid. All right, which is a complete and total false science.
Yeah, it's wicked, man.
All right, it's a complete and total false science because it's a matter of fact. Get that 1 Timothy.
Science falsely so called. We got 2 and
6 and
2. And what's so wicked? Just to land back off the Elder Malcolm, what's so wicked about that that wicked ass theory is when you go into the Mongoloid, they try to call the Gadites Boots, man.
Yeah.
The Reubenites, that was wicked, man. So now that created
all of the
another
Northern
division.
Kingdom.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They try to make all the Northern Kingdom Mongoloids.
That was Birdman thing. The fucking sculptor from back in the day.
Yeah.
With the bird nest on his head. He came up and called all the Northern Kingdom brothers and Mongoloids. And he pulled out what? He pulled out some fucking Darwinism books. And this nigga know he's an Israelite. He know he's an Israelite. But he came to the camp with that bullshit. Mind you, look, man, the scriptures let you know to judge a man by his attire. Nigga had a fucking bird nest on his head. And he probably was, yeah, he was a Gadite or something, bro. He was like a Reubenite or a Gadite or some shit. Yeah, I said, look, nigga.
I remember him big. I remember the bird nest.
He was on it with you, man. He seen me on the train. He said he touched me. I said, hey, look, man. I said, I cut all y'all niggas, man. He said, y'all, no, look, man. He said, he asked me on the train. He said, y'all better repent, man. I stood over that little nigga. I said, you know what? You right. And walked to the other side. I said, leave me the fuck alone. You right. You cut us, bro. I just walked on the other side and just looked at him. So crazy. Then he had the net on his head. So I want to pulverize this
Right,
nigga.
so he wore a bird nest with it. Didn't he have a little fake blue bird in it?
Yeah. That's him. Birdman.
Right.
He had the blue stuff.
This nigga.
Bird brain.
I bet you. When your elder, Malcolm, he know him, right? I said, you know what, nigga? You is, right?
He want to kick knowledge.
Yeah.
You want to talk some shit?
That's it. That's it. That nigga had all his books. That nigga was in the day with you. You got the Isaiah. Which one? The Isaiah of Timothy. The church was still
Get the Timothy first.
First Timothy.
Back to that church.
1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Exactly, man. So, they came with this Darwinism, and then they came with this cockazoid, mongoloid, and all this mess. Right? But it makes no sense.
They just put the Roy on niggas.
Right. And then in the same breath, they'll talk about something being 1,000,000 years old.
65 million years old.
And the Bible, the timetable of the Bible, look, the earth is about all those giant creatures that lived in the ancient time. It wasn't as long ago as you think so. The main reason why they trying to push that 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years, because they're ashamed of their true history. They don't want people to know that it wasn't that long ago that they were actually in the caves. It's hard, so, because if one thing that they can't deny is that they were the cave people, right? They won't deny that, but what they'll try to say is that, well, that was 1,000,000 years ago, or that was 100,000 years ago. According to the Bible, the earth is only about somewhere between 13.5 to 15,000 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's it. The earth is only about, the history of mankind goes back about 6,000 years? That's it. Because and then you had Shalom, beloved, Yabashima Shabbat. You had you had 7 years of creation, 6 years of creation, and 1,000-year breast period.
70,000
All right.
years.
As a matter of fact, somebody get that in Peter, because 1,000 years to us is that's the one day of the Lord. So when you go back to when it says in the beginning, all right, when it says in the beginning, and it said it in one day, that was 1,000-year period of creation, man. It wasn't like I go to sleep now, wake up 24 hours later, and all of a sudden there's trees on earth, and they weren't there yesterday.
Dang.
That wasn't what happened, man.
Dang.
All right?
I got it. This is second Peter.
They get ready to have that Ephraimite fest in Humble Park.
Next month,
It's gonna be the big freestyle thing there with Trinidad, Sapphire, all them bad bitches from back in the day that freestyle music.
Spice Castle.
But Ephraim ain't gonna do nothing, get over there and shoot the
Yeah. You gotta get there early. Just go the first hour we go. This shit gonna be rough.
Yeah. It's especially,
This shit gonna be rough.
especially when the sun get ready to go down.
Hey, nigga, you wanna talk some shit? That's how it's gonna start.
Hey,
And they had Sakari in them out there last year.
they went out there.
They were out
Of
there
course.
in California
That,
right there.
man, they went out there trying to get no truth. They was out there trying to get at Ephraim, man.
At least,
You ain't fooling nobody.
at
man.
least we go out there honestly. I'm gonna come to the line.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
gonna
gonna
we
do
gonna take our garments and go to the Ephraimite fest.
Look, sister.
Right.
Shalom. Sister.
This bitch eating pork. She got a big ass plate of lechon. She ain't trying to hear that shit, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
There it is, man. So, you know, says 7,000 years of creation, and then and then 6,000 years of history, and everything that's happened on Earth has happened in this last 6,000 years. And the main two characters in this whole thing has been Esau and Jacob, right? He better be a man of the Lord. That's all I'm saying. He better repent.
No, he ain't getting killed.
Yeah, bring it out. Not yet. We working our way to it. We kind of missed it, but we gonna work our way to it. It's gonna come back. Job 13 and 4. You know, and then the next thing that they did, once they started lying about time frames and lying about people, they started creating demographics of mankind. And then all of a sudden they started identifying people by color. That was a new thing.
Fake color too, white.
Yeah,
Black.
They created. As a matter of fact, they just now are gonna put Arab American on applications because the Arabs had no thing for themselves. So now they have, you know, Arab Americans. All right. So and that's another pseudoscience because Arab literally means
Mix.
mixed. All right, so there's no such thing as it's mixed. You gotta be your father, you know, or you can't be your mother, and then they're Americans. What's going on with it?
No,
it's
nothing. It's
good.
fine.
It's good.
I just want to put it on Do Not Disturb while we rolling.
Okay, calm down. You can't have the cow. I saw the cow.
Other than that, just fine.
The milk is
It's
all.
fine.
Hold on, no. Yeah, I don't know how to do it while it's
It's
live.
fine. No, it's fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Job 13 and 3.
Nothing.
Surely I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with the Most High. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
Right, so these doctors with all these PhDs, they're physicians of no value. All right? Because what do? They establish lies and then they put it in books. And then they push that stuff on the people. But now we're living in the information age, man.
Right.
So, a lot of the lies that they wrote, that they pushed to teach children, those lies are falling apart. Hell, especially a lot of the new lies. So how easy it is to tear down the old ones. A lot of the new lies, like what big event happened in 2000? Happened around that time in 2001 when, the whole thing with Building 7. That's been picked apart. The problem, the only issue is that the mainstream media, will attack you if you reveal the truth. But at this point, the whole world knows the truth. Everyone questions that narrative.
And niggas looking at Ishmael crazy as hell.
Yeah, they had the so-called Arabs, right? Everybody, hey, Ella was getting beat up.
Yeah.
Man.
He was like, I'm not an Arab.
Right.
Ella
Take
didn't
these
have,
flops though real
right,
quick.
Ella didn't have shit to do with it, but he caught flops anyway. They go, but and who is he catching Arabs from? Dumbass Americans. Because dumbass Jake, these
Patriotic niggas.
these patriotic, master-loving ass Negroes and Negroes, and of course, Joe six-pack white guy.
Yeah.
So Arab, Israel became the new nigga for a few years. And he wasn't safe nowhere. And Ella was catching hell as a result of it too.
Just what happened to her.
Yeah, because dumbass niggas would go up in 7-Eleven and Dunkin' Donuts and cuss out Ella. And then they like, Dude, we from India. That's
Right.
what I'm talking about. I'm a Sikh dumb as hell, man.
Right, I'm a Sikh. I'm not a Sikh, I'm a Sikh.
You know? He's like, what?
I am fun.
He's like, he's
Sunday
right.
from Bombay.
I will not say thank you, please come again to you. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 33:29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
Right, and you know what? And what we found out is that you can't talk about Building 7. You know, any reporter, you know, or a spokesperson that mentioned Building 7 in the mainstream media got fired, or lost their job. All right, you do not talk about Building 7. All right, and for those of you who don't know, because you know Americans are really dumb as fuck. What's that dude's name? That white guy who go out on the beach walk and ask people questions. And this another dude that would be in New York asking people questions with the microphone. And most of them are college educated, mostly chicks, and they don't know the answers. They're like, you know, like what major event happened around the 4th of July?
Cinco de Mayo.
You know, they just simple questions, man. He said, right, why do Americans celebrate 4th of July? And you actually have college educated people can answer that question. You know? Or they'll say, well, what great event happened that when Texas became a part of the United States? And they, you know, they didn't know. You know? They didn't know, man. So it just goes to show you, man, that Americans really are, but Americans really aren't that smart collectively. They really dumb the people down, right? Bring it out, buddy.
Habakkuk 2:16. Thou filled with shame for glory, drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And this is what the elders going into. Everything being revealed. They can't hide anymore. You got folks in other countries bringing out relics. All of the holy people, dark skin, dark flesh, all the lies are being exposed around the world. Yeah, they can't hide it no more.
And that's it. And that, matter of fact, with the Russian leader doing that, that's doing a lot of damage. It's helping us, right? It's really helping us. And a lot of the images he's been bringing out, we've been bringing them out all along, but it's different, you know? So we can sit up and tell them everything. Hey, you know, they come in with a microchip. Hey, you know, they're going to do this, that, and the other. But then a white guy comes up and says, and everybody's,
Yes.
you know, bring it out, get it. I was thinking it and you said it.
I was thinking too.
You know? Because Jake just don't want to listen, man. They just don't.
It says in Ecclesiastes chapter 13, verse 22, it says, when a rich man is alive,
So when Bill Gates sit up there and tell all this lies, no, that ain't it. When Bill Gates sit up there and tell you all them lies, the average dumbass American believes it. All right, but then again, you got another group of Americans that ain't falling for it, man. They calling them on it. All right, especially on Instagram and TikTok. All right, because they real. I got another strike. I got a strike now on critical race historical facts. Because you know, I mean, it is what it is. And they going back and find an old video.
that's what they do.
You know,
They know I ain't got nothing on it. Back here in Sirach, Ecclesiastes 13:23 says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he said. They extolled it to the clouds. So that's the look that the elder was just making, man, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they marvel at Esau when he's talking, man. They act like, you know, he come in with his suit and his tie, you know, with the gay apparel, you know, as the scriptures speak of. All his books behind him and his
we've seen it here on the line, where Jake would just be walking by, but all of a sudden you get some Edomites that stop, and we start having a discourse back and forth, then all of a sudden you got a big crowd of people because the Edomites stop. Because Jake walking by is like, well, damn, man, what a white. And their names ain't on the sign.
Right.
But they'll stop just because they see us going back and forth with Esau. And then they'll stand there, you know, and then they'll actually, but you know what? When they do that, they just condemn themselves.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
They did a social study in the mom, and the guy who was doing the study had big, like 8 by 10 photos of politicians with no beard and suits and all that. We had like one like regular clothes. You know, ask the people which one of these is a criminal, which one of these is a bad. And they kept picking on one. Like, no, he's a pedophile. He's a goddamn white collar crime dude. But they always pick the one to be good as the one with clean waist and suit and tie.
I always say that they beware of the man with the bald face and the suit and tie.
Right.
They're the most dangerous people that ever walk the
With
earth.
no beard.
There's a video going around where you got a guy talking about you know, women beaters and different law, tax evasion and drug use and automobile unpaid tickets and all kind of pedophilia, all sorts of things. And they turn and then they said and he said who's he right? He said is it the NFL or the NBA? All right. And then it turned out.
You told me that.
And then it turned out that it was all people in Congress.
They said no, it's the Congress.
These were all your congressmen.
Yep.
So these are the guys that stand up there with the suit and tie on and the bald face. And I've been saying that since I woke up in the street.
Absolutely.
The most dangerous people on the face of the earth is that dude with the bald face, with the suit and tie on, and saying he's a Christian. Right? Saying he's a patriot and a Christian. Those are the most dangerous people, all right, that the world has ever seen. And their history, it has to be with it over and over again. And he already read, you know, the sacred spirit, you know, on their glory, right? But it applies. Because I'm gonna tell you, there was a time when they were very proud that they raped, robbed, and murdered and committed genocide on the natives. There's a time when they were proud and bragged about how they fucked over the so-called Negroes.
That's funny.
About hanging.
That's
The good old days.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah.
Right? When you had to get on the other side of the street, you saw me walking down the street, boy. Put your head down. All right? Hey, there's white women over here. Put your eyeballs to the floor, son.
That dude
All right?
said it.
And if they called you son, they were being nice to you.
Yeah, because normally it's
All
boy.
right?
Boy.
Okay?
That guy who made that movie, well, he didn't make the movie. He was in the movie. I think what's his name? Solomon Duke. What's his name? The one who was like, you know you fucked up, right?
No,
Bill Duke. Yeah. He was saying that to this day, like he just has a hatred for white men. And he was saying like how he was younger and his mother and all them and people walking through his town in the South. He said even then, Bill Duke, he's not 80 years old. He's probably not even 70 years old. I don't know.
Yeah, Bill Duke was in his like early 60s.
Exactly. But he was saying like how when he was a little kid, they had to get on their knees and put their face in the mud when a white family walked past. So they always talk about this is not a long time ago.
Exactly.
And they was proud for that, man. Proud.
And now when you bring that up, now they want to pull all that history off the shelves of the school.
They want to go in the bushes like that Homer Simpson did.
They call it theory. Right.
They call it actual history theory now.
Critical race theory.
You know, no, it's critical race historical facts.
That's
Described on the other side. Right?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's critical race historical facts. That's what it is, man. It's not theory. All right? It's not theory that you set up the Jim Crow laws. It's not theory that you set up redlining. It's not theory that the FHA operated in a whites only. It's first 40 plus years of operation. All right? It's not theory that you did all kind of land grabs.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
land grab.
that's not theory. It's not theory what you did in the early 1920s, started about 1919, the destruction of all the so-called black towns across America. About 30 of them. Most of them were doing better than all the white communities.
That's right.
All right, they were actually outdoing you in your own kingdom. And the reason
Always
is that
do.
is because Jake Well, when you leave Jake alone, what you got to understand, man, is that Jake coming off the plantation, life was very difficult for them their first 20, 30, 40 years. But here's the thing, though. They were forced to do all the work, so they knew how to do it.
They were trained.
So they were skilled trades, so they passed it on to their sons, and they built all their homes, and they built their towns up to where they actually surpassed. And then they weren't messing with Jake wasn't going around riding around the pickup trucks, jumping up, snatching up Becky and taking her to the woods and gang raping them. No, Esau was doing that.
Right. Becky and them was coming on their own.
They were coming on their own because they wanted to go to the juke joints and all that stuff. But the point is that Jake was doing well. All right. And now what is it, like 15 drowned towns? It's about 15 towns that are underwater. And now with all the water receding, some of those towns, the lakes that they created are receding. All of a sudden you're starting to see the top of chapels. You're starting to see the top of buildings. All right, so some of those drowned towns are starting to reveal themselves. The history of what happened at that was Punch Bowl, if somebody can look that up and find it on one of your things, that's got to be a payment for these things. And now when these things begin to come out, you all butthurt, and you don't want it taught. But you were proud of that. They were very proud of that stuff. Barely 10, 15 years ago, literally before the internet.
Yeah.
They still bragged about it.
They're still going on.
Right? I saw somebody sent me the video where it said, tell me that you're white without telling me you're white.
Right.
And then he put the camera up and the little kids came running, Daddy's home, and he smiled. But so that's his way. But don't sit up and pretend that you didn't set up a system that destroyed the black family.
That's right.
That you removed the man out of the house. That you removed the man away from the family unit. Don't sit up and pretend like you didn't do that.
Hey, Elder Malcolm.
All right? And now those same things are starting to affect Esau here.
That's right.
Because now they got a problem with it. Just because you got a lot of Edomites are jammed up on this child support shit.
Woo!
They getting and then Edom, since Edom makes way more money than Jake, they getting hit way harder. Yeah, you saw the video I sent you with the badass Snow Bunny.
Yeah,
and she said she was.
It ain't no pull-out game.
She was doing she said, you know how they do the little box reveal?
Yeah.
She was modeling sundresses. And she wasn't even calling it sundresses. She was calling them child support dresses. And when you see it, then you would understand.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, this is a child support dress right here, lady.
Yeah.
And this one, right? Because I'm like, damn, I'm looking at it, I'm like, shit, that would fuck up my pull-up game. Like, goddamn,
it ain't
real.
even existing.
It's like, fuck.
Man. And see, and another thing about it is, for you brothers, like, it's a different notion. If a white woman, like, look, man, I be talking to this white woman off and on, and this bitch is a lawyer. And her ex-husband, he's a Romanian nigga, he's a lawyer too. They had break on these dudes and give you their money, man. I've been broke. Hey, all my baby mama talking about, I'm gonna call them. Hurry up and call them, bitch. Call child support right now. You ain't gonna get a motherfucking dime. But when the white man do it, it's different. The bitch ain't getting a dime. I can't wait. Now I can legally just leave you. I don't make eye contact with them. I haven't seen them in years. I don't play with them. But now I'm gonna call the child support. Bitch, what he gonna get? But when Esau, like the elder Malcolm said, they make so much money. And these white women, they'll have this money and just go work for the average Jake. Working at fucking Walgreens.
I see it every day. You see a bitch in a damn Hummer, in a damn Jaguar, in a damn 5 or 6 Series Mercedes. And guess who's sitting in the seat laying down? That old red-headed, weed puffing ass, get pants sagging ass. And she a straight lawyer, get with a tight ass dress, with her suitcase and her leather suit. He dropping off at work, and he getting his dreadhead ass right in right. Then he go get another bitch and fuck with her all day until he got to go pick her up again.
Yep. He's also in a hotel, man.
And he telling her, don't move that seat. Right.
Yeah. But
because women get in the car and they looking at the seat. All right. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, that's perfect. The brother said it, like Bill Gates' daughter, man. like Bill Gates doing it, but that's Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
I was just about to say it.
I
Get
got
it.
that scripture from you.
Hey, get it, and then you read that. Then you gonna read that Devil's Punch Bowl.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the curses, and the Lord thy power, Yahweh, will put these curses upon thy enemies.
Right. So these curses are starting to, Esau starting to wear these curses like a trench coat. A well-fitted trench coat. Go ahead.
And on them that hate thee, which persecute thee, and thou shalt
Yeah, you good, brother. And see, and that's the reason why Red Pill started.
Yeah.
Red Pill started behind these unfair child support laws and divorce court. Because Esau started getting his ass reamed in divorce court. All right? But when that was just affecting Jacob. But you know what? You the one that liberated these women. Your weak, sorry, gay, unmasculine ass.
Yep.
All right? You the one that made the woman equal and above. All right? Now your daughter going to college. Little Becky was a good girl. She get to college, boy. She get all the BBC.
All of them.
Right? And then she ain't fucking with BBC. She fucking with Carlos in them.
Oh, definitely.
All right?
Definitely.
She over there getting a Rico Suave on.
Yep.
All right? She coming home salsa dancing.
They be going to learn.
Right. She know all the lyrics to Pitbull records.
All of them know it. Don't pay that hotel in the club. All of them, Jake. It's over with, man.
I know he won't be.
And dude,
Becky getting it in, boy. Go ahead,
I got precept. This is Psalms 9 and 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Yes.
So all that shit they set up to oppress Jacob, they fall victim to it now.
Yes.
You know, and that's good. And like Mercy said, we ain't got shit. Hey, especially Judah. All Judah got is a fucking PlayStation 4, some Jordans, man, and some clothes, man. Alright? That's all Judah got, man. Alright, hey, I'll never forget it, bro. Murphy said, hey, we was helping Yasha Ralabu. He was like, Northern Kingdom be having this shit together. He said, man, Judah, all your shit in the motherfucking construction bag, man. Judah out of there, man. Fucking PS4, man. That's it, man. And maybe a flat screen TV, man. That's it.
man.
Right. If you buff a couple weights,
You know what I'm saying?
you got
Yeah.
his waist around, that's about it.
That's all I ever had.
Go ahead, let's get into this article real quick. Go ahead, read it.
This is from WordPress.com, SPMG Media. It says Devil's Punch Bowl, an American concentration camp so horrific it was erased from history. It says there is closely guarded secret that has been deliberately buried by the mainstream media.
Yeah, and just before he even goes any further, just know that these were good old boy Christians. These was them Jesus-loving Christians that did this. Continue.
It says buried by the mainstream media and historians after the Civil War and during the war, millions of free so-called black people were funneled into concentration camps in America and killed through forced starvation and other means. Many of these locations were called contraband camps, and they were hastily built internment camps that were generally in proximity to the Union Army camps.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't the Devil's Punch Bowl in Georgia.
Mississippi.
It was in Mississippi, okay. But this particularly, it's a whole bunch of fruit that goes down there. And you got a lot of white folks who won't eat that fruit to this day. And they won't eat that fruit because they know it was fertilized with a bunch of niggas' bodies. Because they all died down there. And all of a sudden, all these trees sprung up that beared all these fruit. But they won't eat it. They'll sell that fruit to other people, but they won't eat it. Go ahead.
It says one gruesome camp in particular was located in Natchez, the Devil's Punch Bowl. It says it's a place located in Natchez where during the Civil War, authorities forced tens of thousands of free slaves to live in these American death camps. Researcher Paula Westwood said the Union Army did not allow them to remove the bodies from the camp. They just gave them shovels and said bury them where they dropped. When the slaves were released from the plantations during the occupation, they overran Natchez, and the population went from about 10,000 to 10,000 to 120,000 overnight, Westbrook said. So they decided to build an encampment for him at Devil's Punch Bowl, but they walled off and wouldn't let him out Don Estes, former director of the Natchez State Cemetery, said. It says Mississippi alone, officials estimated that in the time span of just 1 year, over 20,000 free so-called black people were killed in concentration camps.
And they starved them down there. They gave no water, no food. And they was surrounded by high walls and high trenches. It was like a pit. All right, and behind, and then their back was to the. It was like they was in Egypt all over again, and their back was to the Mississippi River. All right, so they couldn't. It was nothing they could do. All right.
That's where Esau motherfuckers put them. They're like, we come like Gilead bounces a little bit. They put them over there and start their ass out, man. Follow them.
Yeah. And now it's a tourist attraction. Esau want to go and take pictures. See how pretty nature is. You know, Starved Rock. It's about 2 hours south of Chicago.
Yeah, they were saying that the Northern Kingdom was doing that to themselves. That's how they try to paint the picture, that it was this group of Native Americans doing it to another group of Native Americans.
Never trust nine Indians.
Yeah. That wasn't a tactic that Gad did. Gad was warriors, man, and they fought you. Gad, right, they fought you on the battlefield. They didn't do no low down, you know, let's start by that sounds like a Roman strategy. Right. You know, because that's the way he said, let's make them weak and then go to battle. You know? Hey, if any of you ever watched Spartacus, that's what they tried to do to Quixus and what was this doctori's name? The doctorian, the guy who taught Quixus and all. Yeah, the black dude. It started with an A. But anyway, Ananias. Thank you. His name was Ananias. So Ananias and Quixus was two mighty. Quixus was a former undefeated Gaul, like the champion of all the gladiators, and they got caught during the time of this rebellion, and they sentenced them to death. Gladiators, to the entertainment. But what they did though is they didn't give them no food and water. So you take a man and you don't feed him for 2 or 3 days. Now he got to go out and fight. Come on, man. But that's the cowardness. Only Esau would do that because when they went captivity, when they were still gladiators, when there was going to be that showdown between Quixus and Spartacus said, "Hey, feed him." He was like, "I don't want to fight no." He was like, "I don't want to. Y'all gonna make them fight, but y'all not feeding." He's like, what? Then what? Then I don't want no victory like that. Right. So that's right. That is extreme cowardness. That's gay, and that's the way of the so-called white man. That's Esau Edom, man. He does shit like that. Right. All right. He likes to rig a game and then brag about victory. I say it all the time, man. He's the only people on earth that rigs the race, and then at the end he want to be on camera bragging about how he just dominated everyone. When it was rigged for him to win the whole time, and he's still that way to this day. The whole video of how you gonna tell me you white without saying you white, right? As if they didn't set up a system that destroyed Judah, that took the so-called black man out of the family picture, man. Stop playing.
I got that army veteran that was on that subway train that choked there.
He wasn't even by himself. It shouldn't just be him. It should be 3 of them because he's choking him. You got 2 other men on his arm. How the hell you got 1 man choking you and 2 men holding your arms? Okay. And then somebody filming. So all of it should be a RICO act. Right.
He could have put him in the crucifix.
He could have held him down. 3 men could have held him down. Right? But they hold his arm, so I can't even peel your arm off. And then they said they were tussling for 15 minutes, but he held the choke. So if you choke somebody for more than 10 seconds, you're gonna kill them.
Oh yeah.
All right? They go to sleep in about 4 or 5 seconds. So you're gonna keep holding them after they out. That's murder. Intentional. But anyway.
I appreciate that bullshit about them starving each other. That's folly and madness, man. And there's rules of engagement in the scriptures, man. This is 20 and 19. When you shall besiege a city a long time and making war against it to take it, you shall not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for you may eat of them, and you shall not cut them down, for the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the sea. Only the trees which you know that they be not trees for meat, you shall destroy and cut them down.
Wow.
And you shall build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued.
So if you went to war, these trees right here could be sacrificed. There's no fruit going on, right? But if you got trees that's actually bearing berries and apples and oranges and mangoes or whatever, you don't cut them down. Right? But Esau, Esau, like I said, them cowardice ass Romans, they had a tactic that they call scorched earth. All right? And they still do it to this day. Nothing has changed, man.
They go burn down, they spend millions of dollars just to burn down big parts of the Amazon rainforest.
Right.
It's still parts of
Right.
300
That's
exactly.
insane.
And you got so many species in the Amazon that ain't been discovered, plants, all type of stuff. Real drugs, and what I mean by drugs, I mean herbal medication that like them old shamanist niggas, them bug outs in it for healing.
That's right.
All right, the Lord give wisdom to my Asherites.
Yeah, they just
man,
they be using the
Yeah.
left-hand side.
they be tripping and doing a lot of wicked magic with it, but at the same time,
They showed it in what's the movie Apocalypto?
Yeah.
When that frog that make you go numb.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
It didn't kill you, it just made you go numb until that shit wore off.
See,
You know?
but Esau spent millions of dollars to just go have a bird because what? Because what? Because what? And that's why the scripture says in the book of Revelation, it will destroy him that destroys the earth, right? That's how you say you white without saying you white. Woe to those that devise evil on their beds.
Yeah.
The pride of the heart have deceived you.
Right.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Show you.
That's how you say
Show
it.
you the pictures of the jungles of Southeast Asia, 90 years ago, 100 years ago, and then show them after Esau left. That's how you say. That's how you say you white without saying you white. Man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right? When you got people with rainbow makeup on that look like a damn demon and a dragon with horns on, reading story time books to a bunch of 4 and 5-year-olds.
That's how you
say.
heels on.
That's how you say you white without saying you white. Right? That's how.
Monkeys, man. I cannot wait to put you in chains, man. That's where you belong. That's it. That's why the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. The whole earth mourning, man. That's how you say you white, man. The whole earth is mourning. This is how you know that this man is Esau Edom. He's the storm of the earth ruling, man. Because the whole earth is mourning, man, and dying.
So that get right. You got that damn right. You got Joffrey and Ramsey Bolton ruling the earth.
Tag team.
Tag team.
And if y'all don't know what that is, watch Game of Thrones.
Fucking Ramsey and Joffrey. Joffrey Baratheon and Ramsey Bolton. Those are your rulers of the earth, man. You wonder why everybody's miserable and the whole world is fucked up.
Right.
I got something. Go ahead.
Vulcan skull, man. This is Romans 8:22. Bebop and Rocksteady. It says, "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now." And the whole creation is groaning and in pain. The entire earth is fucked up. So anybody saying that these Edomites don't need to be taken out the way, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Or you're a cancer to the earth.
Just look
man.
at the ocean.
That's right.
And look how many animals pinch themselves every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
whales, sharks, dolphins. You know, they just come and slide up out the water and lay in the sun.
Fuck it, it's over with.
Right.
They tap out, man.
Because think about it, man. I can only imagine, you know, how it's difficult, you know, like somebody that was dying of the poison, all right? They put them on a machine and can't breathe and struggling to breathe. They breathe water, and every time they breathe the water, they breathe it in forever chemicals. You know, they breathe it in forever chemicals and shit, and they can't get no relief. So, damn, you trying to swim to some more water, and now you breathing some new poison.
Yeah.
And you still ain't recovered from the last year.
And They got plastic islands.
They got
I
plastic.
brought this brother
You know?
Oil spills.
Or they
Oh, yeah.
That's mask alone.
Yeah, mask, the water. I was gonna say, man, for fucking when fucking the Rona was going crazy. All right, where you think all those fucking face condoms went,
And
man?
people was throwing them shits right in the water.
That's
They go
right.
to show you how, and the most
face
and the
mask.
Westerners,
Yep.
because it's the Westerners that fucked up the islands and fucked up the reach in the first place.
Yep.
That's right.
You know, I'm talking about geographic. It's about how the sharks are losing direction because the sonar,
Yeah.
the submarines and the ships, and the fleet of the ships, they're finding sharks being lost and being ultimately dying because of confusion of the sonar disrupts the natural Earth magnetic field. And it distorts it. The sharks end up getting lost and starving, man.
Right.
It's not only them, it's birds,
whales,
animals, and
On the
fucking
circle. I saw it with my own eyes, brother.
Yep.
I saw it with my own eyes. I was walking my dog near the Forest Preserve out south, and I saw geese flying in a circle. I had never seen that shit. Then I found out that they were doing shit with 5G there for like 3 days. But they were making a weird noise that I never heard before. So, you know, I was like, what the fuck is going on? So when I finally got clear the trees, I saw the geese flying in circles. I'm like, in my whole life, I've never, you see geese flying in that V formation, but they were flying in circles, in a circle.
And they go south. They don't even go south no more.
No birds go south anymore. They stay here all winter.
They just be here like, fuck it. They be out here like, wait right now. Fuck it.
Right?
We out here.
I had never seen that shit before. And behold, but
Like
I thought it was over, and I kept seeing them in different spots.
Yep.
50, 100, 200 at a time. I started trying to count them.
crazy.
Just flying in circles, man.
Crazy.
That shit was crazy.
That's fucked up. He attacked the air and the water.
The Romans 8:19, for the earnest expectation of the creature, waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High.
Yeah, even the animals are waiting for the Lord to come back. They say even the trees are gonna rejoice.
That's right.
Even the trees are gonna rejoice when this man goes down, man. Because nothing on this earth is safe while this man is ruling, man. Not people, not animals, not the wildlife, nothing. This man is a cancer to the earth.
That's right.
What is it? Wasting away the sea, right? Verse 21, because the creature itself also shall be delivered for the bondage. That's like 20. For the creature was made unto something unto vanity, not willingly, but by reason of them that are subjected to the same and oath. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered for the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High, man. That's right. All right, so hey, the beasts are gonna love to sit around and not worry about getting hunted, man. All right, don't worry about consider man and they got to put their line for a walk, move 20 miles that way.
Yeah,
Your ass gonna
That's
hit
good.
you.
there's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be no such thing as an elephant gun. What the fuck do you need an elephant gun? Right? Because it's obvious what it's for. It's called an elephant gun. An elephant don't fuck with nobody. Unless you're gonna walk your dumb ass up on it and walk toward his baby. You know, if you're stupid enough to go walk toward an elephant's baby, then it's on you, man. Hey, but to let you know, the Lord, that big spirit's created now. Let's watch this story again about the elephant that killed the Elamite chick. It was the Elamite chick that killed. Yeah, it was an Elamite chick that killed an elephant cub, and the elephant picked up her scent and went back to her village and broke down her house and trampled her ass to death. Real true story. Then they had a funeral for the bitch. He went to the funeral and trampled her ass again, man. Right? True story, man. Yeah, he picked up her scent and he followed her ass. He was like, yeah. That's one of the few. And he was like Bill Dukes in Predator. Well, have me some fun.
Have me some fun.
Have me some fun.
He keeps coming out, man.
I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna call your name.
That's right. No, but that elephant story, a beautiful story, man. That one, hey, the one with the fucking bear, when a dude is Edomite, it was two bears that was cubs. But they grew up, they was brothers, like bears. But they stayed together. And it's fucking stupid ass, of course it's Esau, man. I'm not fucking with no bear. And I'm one of the least scariest niggas on the planet. I will fight with anybody. A bear? I'm not going, I don't care if I got a gun. None of this shit, bro. I'm not looking for a bear. This motherfucker, man, Esau goes on happy-go-lucky ass cabin. He brings his family to the forest, like Esau do. He fucking bear. He kills one of them. All right, and he gets away. But the other bear sniffed him, and he sniffed his scent, and he killed his wife and children. Mauled them. Mauled them, mauled the tent, mauled everything and left. That's my favorite animal vengeance story.
That's two great stories.
Yeah, they're in the elephant.
Give me that Ciroc.
That's
You
right.
already know what I want, man.
That's right. 39 chapters.
39.
He keep mauling. And now this dummy gotta live. It's one thing about the bear
They're
catching
gonna make a movie about that.
Yeah. Clay.
Revenge of the Bear.
It's Revenge of the Bear. That is a mighty movie.
You fucking Bernstein bears, man.
The Bernstein
That's the
Bears.
real Bernstein
Them
bears.
niggas was real. But and the thing about it is, it's one thing if he catch you and maul you, but now you gotta live with the regret of your wife, your children getting mauled, because your stupid happy-go-lucky ass wanna go in the forest where you don't belong
And shoot
to
something.
fuck with him and shoot something. Stupid.
Yeah, and then a bear on top of that.
That bear ain't fucking with nothing.
No, but what's I'm gonna say? That is wrong with the people. You trying to make it work, man. Anything lower on the pecking order and Esau is fair game for him, man.
Because Esau, you just hit the nail on the head. Because what you gotta understand is, man, Esau doesn't respect anyone's humanity, any life except his own. He doesn't, because he doesn't, all these things that he did that he doesn't want to acknowledge. One of the reasons he doesn't want to acknowledge it because everyone else is insignificant. Life is because why? Because he's believed his own lies. He's been taught and told. He's been taught and told. Right? He's proud as fuck.
Proud as hell.
He's been taught and told that he's great. All right, and so you know he's something.
I claimed him for slavery with that little bastard.
All right, so he's been taught and told that he's great and that you're nothing, you're beneath him. Right? Why should he worry that his son is torturing your daughter?
Exactly.
Why should he? Right? Why should he be worried about what his son has done to you and yours? All right, because you're insignificant.
What,
All right?
3/5 of a man?
Right, so
Some
because
bullshit in the Constitution?
if you go back far enough in America, Edomite males could do what they wanted to anybody else's women or people.
That's right. And
There was no repercussion for them. Nobody, you know, it wasn't like somebody was coming and kicking in this door because of what he did, you know, to the little black girl down the street, to the little Mexican girl down the street. It didn't matter, you know. It's like, who did this to you?
Yeah, that's that day that Johnny
The
still.
police closed his clip. He won't write no more notes down. He just drove off.
I tell
Joffrey's my nigga.
exactly.
So he
You
just
just
drove
go
off.
ahead and forget about that,
Right.
boy. Smiling and shit, that
Right.
wicked ass, my face red
So
as
it
fuck.
don't matter what wickedness Joffrey have done. He's Joffrey. You're just you.
Hey, I tell Jake all the time, right? Boy,
Cause niggas name's Jeffrey.
Right.
Jake don't get to be Joffrey.
y'all,
Right.
these guys, right? When you think about this, right? When you go into the slavery days, right? But really after slavery, all right, during like the Jim Crow time, all these
Which
times,
was the worst time.
Exactly.
Because, you know, Jake, Salaki, brother, but
No,
Jake,
go ahead. You got it.
but you know, when Jake was in slavery, they actually had value, right? You know, Esau mistreated you and treated you like shit, but he needed you alive
To do his
to
business.
keep making million money. Now he'll work you till you die, but he gonna at least he did, even though
down the nigga
he was
hole.
feeding you abominable shit, he treated you like shit your whole life.
Chitlins.
But he didn't just murk you. You know? Right. He even force feed. Hey, he would knock your teeth. You try to kill yourself, well, I'm gonna starve myself out. Fuck it. You know, we've seen it. He just knock your feet out, and then he make the sun and follow the shit right. He keep you alive.
They show that good time.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, nigga, you don't get to just
Demon, man.
You think you get to escape this
Tell your
slavery,
wrist to your fucking
Right,
ankle.
right.
Do it, man.
Think. Follow it right.
It's a demon, man. He said that was the worst time. And what I was gonna say is, why you never hear about no RAPE cases during that time, you never hear about serial killers during that time, or a serial rapist during that
Oh,
time.
imagine
Because
how
he
much
can
was
just
going
go
on.
out. Because he can just go do it.
Right.
He can just say, you, here goes some niggas like the elder said. That's what I was thinking about. It's just pursuing what the elder said. How he just told this, so you don't hear about child molesters. You don't hear about serial killers. Because they can just take a Negro or Latino and do their bidding and go their merry way. And you niggas don't want revenge for that. I hate you soft ass niggas, man. Please, bring it.
Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment.
Actually, you think about it. Even them two dudes who got arrested for Emmett Till's death was a waste of time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And had it not made national papers, they wouldn't even arrested them. The only reason they had to do it before the cameras, they get, you know, Jim, we just gonna put these on for you.
Yeah.
Right. And then they smoking and joking in the cars, they driving off.
Yeah.
They in the jail getting delivered dinners and shit,
Yeah.
chocolate cakes. You know, they getting the heroes welcome, man.
Hey, they showed you that movie with Eddie Murphy, Life.
Then they get in the courtroom and look up at the jury, and it's all their buddies
All of them.
from high school. And,
Right.
Hey,
All relatives.
all of them.
All of them.
In the movie Life.
Right.
They knew they fucking killed that dude.
Right.
They blamed it on Eddie Murphy and Martin.
Right.
And they ain't even had no trial. They took their ass to the police station. They took him to the judge the next day and gave him life in prison, man.
Yep.
Life in prison, man.
He got more.
And he laughed about it.
I know. And yeah, laughed
The cop
about
laughed about it.
Then when he checked him when he was an old man, he said, "Motherfucker, that's my daddy watch." He said, the other white dude, he asked me, he said, because he watched them locked up for 50 years. He said, "Did you really did that to them?" He said, "Come on, man, that's a nigga, man." Yeah, he said, "Man, he said, oh, come on, man, that's just niggas, man.
And that happens to this day.
Come on, man.
It still happening.
Come on, man. Go ahead, brother."
Right now, it's a cop railroading some Jake. Right, and get into the lockup right now. All right, both Northern and Southern Kingdom.
That's right.
They got them jammed up right now, and the dude scared and saying that I didn't do it, and then the cop like, I know, we just need somebody.
Hey,
Sorry, it's you, bro.
when I was a kid, and I'm not that
It's
old.
happening right now.
Yep.
Right now.
I'm not that old, and I'm gonna let the brother get to it. But the police, look, man, the police used to handcuff me, my homies, all us to benches and just whoop our ass. All right, I remember, like, look, I grew up in Chicago, man. If we had nice shoes, they'd be like, "You got some drugs on you? You want some drugs on you? I like your shoes." They'll take all us, man. If we got, they'll just hold us, they'll put us in handcuffs, and they'll just line us all up and step on our shoes. I hate crime, bro. For real. I really lived through
Look,
this.
there was a story.
I grew up like this.
There's a story that happened about 4 or 5 years ago. It was this old white cop, retired sergeant. They got killed in his home on the east side. All right? They blamed it on 2 Hispanic kids. It was a white guy from Indiana that did it. All right? But here's the irony of it. That old retired cop used to brag about how he used to mistreat Negroes and Hispanics. That area over there where still they were going to build up over there.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
That was all a wooded
I know what
area.
you're talking about.
The cops used to take folks back there and just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They used to take stones back there and just beat the shit out of them. Right? And this same cop who got killed by a white man, he used to brag about how when he was a police sergeant, that he used to oversee the mass workers.
Yeah.
They used to pick up Jake, drive him to that little wooded area because couldn't nobody else drive back there. Only the police and the city workers had access to it. They would drive back there and they would beat the shit out of Jake. And they would drive back there and they would also trick off in their cars with holes, usually niggas that stick a hole.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what they would do now.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Lord caught up to his old ass. When he was an old man, somebody knocked on the door saying that they needed help. All right? And you know, and knocked on the door, said that they needed help. His dumbass wife opened the door for him, and they came in and they immediately upped the things on him, asked where the safe was, where the money was, and all that shit.
It was his party.
And they end up popping him. They end up killing his old ass.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and everybody, and, you know, but I heard the stories about him bragging about what he used to do to Israelites. So I didn't feel sorry for him at all. I was like, well, the Lord gave him what he deserved.
And that's why cops got to wear body cameras now. Yeah. You know, the shit that they got away with, they can still get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, because they right. Because when they decide they gonna decide they gonna whoop you.
Hold on, right.
Right.
Let me get some shit off my shirt. Come here, nigga. Let me get some. This dude, you should be police.
And then they handcuff you to give you the beating too.
Oh yeah. I started the story with that. They some fucking cowards, man. A lot of them are these dudes who got antagonized in school, can't get no hoes. The frats and the football team dudes beat them up, and the gang niggas, and they said, you know what, I got something. I'm gonna be a sheriff. I'm gonna be a cop. Most of them got that ideology. Or is it their daddy was a cop, and like you had brought out a little while ago, it ain't popular to be a cop no more. It ain't cool to be a cop no more. I used to know this fucking demon, man. He was and it just we didn't even, I don't know his real name. I don't remember. We used to call him Sergeant Whitehead. And I was a little kid. And my cousins, my older cousins, they was grown and shit. They was in their 20s and 30s. They was lacing me like on, you know, how to sell drugs. I was probably like his age, a little older. But they like, man, if you ain't, this how it was back in the day. I don't know how it is now. If you didn't have like enough
I can't help
points.
but notice Becky with a crowd of niggas.
Yes! That's called White Castle. Yes! But yeah, this dude told my cousins and they'll send me out there, they be like, you sell all the drugs you can. If you get caught, you're not going to jail because you don't have enough points yet. So just sell all the drugs you can and get caught. Who gonna give a fuck? So I end up selling some dope to undercover cops, some crack, right? But I didn't have no points. And they locked me up and shit. They whooped my ass. But they took me to an abandoned garage. I'll never forget it, man. I was like this brother size. I'll never forget it, man. And he tied me up with the fucking thing, and he had me in the back seat. The precinct was on like 111. This motherfucker said, they take me to an alley. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers trying to kill me. They take me to an alley in an abandoned garage. 2 dick cars. Right here, said, get out, get it. These motherfuckers pulled out at least 50 bags of heroin. Like 125 10 seals bagged up. I just said, bro, I said, oh my, what the fuck? He said, Kelly, you too young for this. This shit for somebody else. I'ma handle this and I'ma handle you. They gonna come and get you, I know that. I just wanna fuck you up. But I got something for somebody. This motherfucker rolled off. They took me to the station. My granddaddy came and got me that night. I had 8 hours. But he rolled around. That's all he do.
It's some Jake.
You get life in prison for that shit.
There's some Jake in jail today. Still for that shit.
Yes.
And he didn't have
It
nothing
was
to do
so
with
much
it.
of it. That nigga had a gun. Yeah,
He had a dirty gun.
They had all type of guns
And he
and
had
shit. They be having them in the room in the table. They had guns. They got niggas pictures. They got all this heroin. He said, oh no, this ain't for you, Kim. This is somebody else.
I was in a car, back in the world.
Wow.
I was in a car. There was 4 of us. One of them, we had a gun in that bitch. The cops pulled us over, took us out, and they fucking they were like, whose gun is it? One of the shorties like, it's mine. He claimed it. They left. They came back. They said, no, we're gonna put it on the fat one.
Put it on him.
We're gonna put it on the fat one.
Because
He's
he
gonna do
18.
more time.
He go to the
He
county.
said, we're gonna do more time. We'll put it on the fat one.
It's always
And they
do
took
that.
his ass. They locked his ass up with a pistol. After the younger one claimed it.
So they looked for the one that was of age.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we was growing up, we was actually like
We don't
trained
want
to
you.
do that. To take that. We was trained to do that. Like I'll take this, I'll take that, whatever. But they do that.
Yep.
They do that.
I went to a abandoned building just to drink. A couple friends. Someone called the cops, whatever. We didn't know what to do. We was just running up and down. They got mad. They climbed in, and then they hemmed us up. The cop, one of the white shirts grabbed me.
So you got like
And he
a
pulled
charger
me
or
to the
something.
side where none of my friends could see me. And he pulls out his gun, puts it to my head. He said, anybody else in this motherfucker? If I find something, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. And it was in the middle of winter. I remember that it was cold as fuck. I looked at him and said, everybody gets this up. But that's when I realized, oh, yeah, these motherfuckers. I said, they could have killed me right here and got away with it. That's how much power they had.
Airline trip could have easily.
Yeah. Psalm 73, I'm going to read it at 5 again. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment,
Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish.
Hey, Esau two main killers. Violence, man.
And then another thing too, I guarantee you that sort of police work is not happening in white neighborhoods.
Absolutely not.
Right. And I always
Hell
tell
no.
you, look, Edomite youth do more drugs than anybody.
They got all the drugs.
They got all the money and they got the so they some drug doing individuals, but I guarantee you, all right, we can ride around Lincoln Park all day long, in and out where the clubs are, all that. You are not gonna see little skateboard Edomite dude youths getting pulled over, bent over the hood of police cars with their pockets and backpacks getting ran. It ain't gonna happen. All right. You come over to the east side where I am. All right. All you gonna see is Torres and Lopez bent over all them hoods with their pockets getting ran. All right. They don't do that to them. All right. And I've heard cops admit they're instructed not to enforce drug laws in white neighborhoods. They are instructed to enforce drug laws in people of color's neighborhood, mainly northern and southern kingdom, because they ain't doing that shit to Haji and them either.
Oh, say what you just said.
Slave patrol never died.
Slave patrol. That's the police is.
Yeah, because they ain't going up there with Ellen. Haji and them ain't getting, and they some drug, they some damn drug doing motherfuckers.
They love cocaine, man.
All right, and they ain't getting pulled over, and their pockets ran either.
That's what they do in New York. Things like that for us, like the Latino.
Yeah, it's hey, look, niggas make like rap niggas make songs about it. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Task Force
Watch for the
Tuesday.
sweet. Task Force Tuesday. Hey, I remember this one dude.
Damn.
This one time I got locked up and they really sent my ass to the penitentiary for this shit, man. And it was like 7 of us. We was little niggas. We got caught in drug raid. And this is a nigga. He was a sergeant, but to be a sergeant on the detectives, you gotta be a wicked nigga. He looked at all of us, because he knew us since we was littler than that. He looked at all of us, he said, look, man, you know I just gotta make my quarter and smile. And smile,
This
man.
ain't personal, Kelly.
Yeah, he did. He said it to me. He said it just like that. He looked at me and my best friend at the time. He's in a wheelchair. He looked at both of us because he got shot the fuck up. He said, man, y'all know me. I just gotta make my quarter. And he knew me because my kid, because he was tricking up with all my cousins and shit, and all our aunties. Nigga said, y'all know me. I just gotta make my quarter. Oh, he Lonzo ass nigga. But yeah, y'all all going to jail today. Yeah!
Motherfucker, Detective Lines.
The police is just wicked, man. Wicked as hell, man. Verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. You know, that's what it is. And Esau, I can keep reading real quick. They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking through the earth. You know? And Esau is a fucking prideful ass dog, man. And the scripture also says that we see servants servants upon horses. And princes walking as servants, man. You know? Hey, this place is complete fucking ass backwards, man. This man, Esau right here, probably carrying a fucking lengthy prison sentence on him.
Yeah.
But they'll look at Jake, man.
He got enough prescription pills. Come on, man.
Get the whole block
Come
out.
on, man.
He's on the heaven of the earth, all right? And he's the worst of the heathen.
Oh, this is the definition of lawfully. High in the air, in an imposing or towering manner. It says behaves in a way that shows that they think they are better than other people.
Wow.
And that's how Esau thinking for niggas, man. They just be laughing and shit, man. These dumbass niggas, man, you show up every fucking year to vote for a new devil. You niggas are jumping, and you stupid ass niggas on the West Coast really thought you was gonna get reparations. You goofy ass niggas, man. And Elder Yashimama said, look, just check the comment boards, man. They'll tell you what they think, you niggas, man. And one Edomite, he said, how about this? Just give them some baggy pants, a 40-ounce of malt liquor, and a basketball. He said, there go your reparations. And they were saying, hey, Esau got some, he was saying some funny shit. Esau got some jokes, man. Hey, he got some jokes for you niggas, man. Right, the joke is on you, man.
You know what? You're right. I mean, he just reminded me too. I forgot all about that. There was a video that I just watched on TikTok and Instagram. This cop. Okay? This cop that's that was, I mean, not a cop, this city councilman was in his car knocked out with a crack pipe. With crack?
Yeah.
Wide open.
And he lied about it.
It had fentanyl, all kind of shit in it.
Yeah.
But the point is that the dude didn't get arrested, nothing. Even though they were able to find that it was fentanyl, all kind of drugs in his possession. But now the people are asking for his resignation. But the point is, though, he didn't get no jail time. And guess what? He ain't resigned.
Yeah.
He gonna be right there, still on that city council.
He had a crack pipe in his
So
hand.
right, yeah, he was passed out. Door open. The door is open. This car, this nigga.
Yeah, he was.
He was right. He still got the pipe in his hand.
I'm going through a horrible
He
divorce.
said the pipe in his
He
head.
still got it in his hand. The camera on the cop picked it up. He walked up to the door. He's like, sir, this nigga woke up. Oh shit. How you doing, officer? Right.
He said he had sleep apnea. That's what he said.
Yeah,
That was
so-
the lie. That was the lie.
Right. And then he's standing there. Yeah, but hey, they're not in trouble as other men. If you don't believe that there are two sets of laws in this country, there's a law there's a law for them, and then there's a law for people of color.
That's right.
There's two different sets of laws in this
right.
country. You can't see that, man.
I got some.
Bring it out, brother.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none said restored.
And we always ask, that's not something that's describing, the little hatters.
Some Malachi.
Right? The little hatters are not filling up the prison house.
Right.
Matter of fact, they're the biggest
Owners.
Right. On what's the board? The board of people that invest in it, the biggest investors. To get the stockholders. They're the biggest stockholders in the prison game. All right.
Niggas in the bullpen talking about shalom.
Yeah, right.
With the hat. Niggas in the bullpen, shalom.
Right.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
That ain't
Yeah, with the
right.
Niggas in the bull.
You either right.
On 2060 California.
You either the big hat with the twisties, or you the little hat. And the little hat's banging on the big hat.
Right.
No, that ain't them, man.
What you in? Asking us?
Right.
On Sephardi, nigga. You asking us? The Sephardi say, hey, look,
Hey,
nigga.
man, you be on that side.
Hey,
All them big hat niggas over there.
all I know is the Ashkenaz gonna eat first. Or we sending this bitch up. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna see that, man. Hey, read that again, brother. Read that, pull that out, man. Cause this Israel, man. This is niggas, blacks and Latinos, man.
Isaiah 42 and
The
22.
Sephardi eat first on
But
that.
this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
Exactly. People robbed and spoiled and hid in prison houses. That's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all fill the prison houses. That's how you know y'all the children of Israel. Go ahead.
They are for a prey and none delivered.
Hey, the scripture says that this will be a mark and a sign to
Somebody
identify it.
Get that.
All right? That's one of the marks and the
Deuteronomy
signs to
28.
identify who the people of the Lord are. This was one of those conditions. Right? He said this would be a mark and a sign. All right?
This is Deuteronomy 28
I think it's
and
like 44.
45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and shall pursue you, and overtake you, until you be destroyed. And we are destroyed like a motherfucker. It says, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Right. And then Jake just bugged out philosophies, man. And don't consider. I was on the David bus full of snow, and a bunch of other nerds. And you got this big ass loudmouth nigga on there. All right. Just loud. Usually it's the nigga woman.
Absolutely.
Right? But he loud on the phone, just loud and ignorant, fuck this, fuck that, fuck these bitches. I don't give a fuck about how her body count is. Why you worried about everybody all these simp ass niggas, so only a simp ass nigga will ask how many bodies you got. And I'm like,
It's true.
No, so you want to spend your time and money on a ran through 300 plus body, I can't remember, I lost count of 500 bits. That's your problem. Keep that shit. Keep that shit to yourself.
Big ass weed in the hallway.
You know, exactly. You want to be a stepdaddy to her 5 different baby daddies that she collecting child support from all the wrong dudes from.
One of them shooting at you, one of them calling your phone. Man, nigga, why this nigga's fucking with my baby mama? And this nigga, he wanted to be these. Like, I know the nigga, and he know me. And so he gonna get the bitch phone and call me. I said, I don't even talk to this bitch. What you want, nigga? He gonna say, man, I ain't trying to disrespect you, kid. I know you a real nigga, man, but this bitch tripping. I'm like, why is you calling me about my baby mama? I said, the fuck you need to do. And I was sitting right next to the snow when I said, you need to get a white woman, nigga, and leave that bitch alone. That's what you need to do. Is the bitch even listening? How you steal this bitch phone and call me and say, man, this bitch horrible, Kel? I said, enjoy it.
Why you ignoring me, brother?
I said,
you did me wrong. You should have told me.
Hey, man, that little goofy ass thought you was cool doing that shit. I don't care. I knew the nigga. I never had a problem with the dude, man, you know? And I ended up meeting the nigga and shit, like, re-meet them and shit. That motherfucker sit nice, man. That is nice. Yeah, but I said, man, why the fuck you calling me on the porch crying? I said, what time it is? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, don't you know I'm in here with the white woman right now? Video me, nigga. Talk about no. And see, because I don't want to disrespect you and your son. I'm cool with your kids, man, and I don't want to disrespect you, but I'm leaving. This bitch crazy. All this and that. Bro, get the white one. The black woman is so bad. A nigga that I know that ended up fucking with my baby mama called me crying. And this is so-called thug nigga, man. Crying.
She broke the thug down.
I said, get the white woman and stop fucking playing with me. You right.
Ain't no winning on this side.
I said, man, just leave me alone.
It ain't no winning on this side, man.
You can't tell me, look, man, I know I'm fully persuaded on not fucking with this nigga woman, man. No way.
I got a quick breakdown for you. This is Proverbs 27:15. A continual brother in a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike. And so you can take the biggest fucking rock, sharpest rock, and if you let water drip on it every day, over a course of time, that rock will break down. And before you know it, that rock will go from this big ass hard rock to a fucking pile of pebbles, man. And that's a contentious woman, man. She's just constantly just dripping on you, bro. Dripping on you, man. That's why the brother, Lieutenant Murphy, man, that's why he always tells me, man, get the fuck away from Keisha. Get away from a contentious woman, man. You're either gonna snap and end up serving a century in the penitentiary, all right? Or you just gonna be fucking beat down.
Or get shot by a soft-ass brother.
Or what's gonna happen, you might end up, paying for a baby that ain't even yours.
Man.
Oh, God. Oh. This guy. The one. This one Jake, and he was assertive. You know, that's that shit with Rohan. That's my car right there. That's the shit I like.
You don't know it's yours.
That's my car right there, right behind.
Attending 2 different baby showers.
This the one. Put it on the couch. I was gonna bring it up. Look at this shit, man. This bitch got on the same dress, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. No decency.
That shit's crazy.
No decency, man.
Ugh. Disrespectful.
Crazy as fuck. The same dress, 2 different baby showers in one day.
Got all them presents, all that money. And not to mention, she probably had sex with one of them or both.
Both of them.
Same day.
Both of them. On the same day for multiple days.
And the thing is that neither one of them might not be the fault.
Ain't neither, I guarantee.
She bought 2 different, she had 2.
That's their friends.
You know?
They friends. And then you get this old crispy ass fat. And she fat too. Old black ass woman. This dude, and he recorded it because he's ready to kick her out the crib. And he's like, how you seen that shit? He like, how you break? He said, I pay all the bills, do this, do that. He say, pregnant? She said, because you wasn't giving me no attention. So you telling me I gotta leave because I'm pregnant? Giving me no
Oh,
attention.
you gotta leave because the baby ain't mine, bitch.
Bring that out.
He just in the crib. She's in the crowd. That's why the scriptures say, before he bring it out, that's why in Proverbs it says, an adulterous woman, eat it and wipe it to her mouth. You got my brother, man. That's the spirit, man.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 26.
No, it's Proverbs.
Sorry, 10.
No, bring that out, though. Go ahead.
Sirach, chapter 26, verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Overmuch. Oh, and that's what the so-called white man gave all these women. Overmuch liberty, man. Like the elder said, you see these girls walking around pants like this.
Yeah, that's why.
Come on, man.
Why Element is saying when it comes to America, all right? Because they want to have freedom. They want to have freedom. They want to have freedom like Becky.
Yeah.
But see, Becky out there bad too.
Yeah.
But Becky got a different mindset than these two that women.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, don't sit up and think that we think they angels and shit like that. But
No,
they got a
we
different
know they're better than
mindset.
the black woman.
They got a different mindset than than your own women. All right. Go ahead, mama.
Watch over and empty their eye, and marvel not if she trespassed against thee.
Marvel not, man. Like I tell you brothers all the time, I love women.
I fully embrace.
You gotta.
I fully embraced that saying that she was never yours, it's just your turn.
Exactly.
And if you can embrace that, I don't care what the woman you love right now. If you can embrace that mindset, when shit goes sideways, you'll be all right.
You won't be in a fucking heartbreak hotel.
Yeah, because
crazy.
if you can't embrace that, you know, right.
That's what I said all the time. Every situation, no matter how much I like a woman, whether she the snow, the rice, the sand, or the spice, especially if it's a black bitch, that definitely ain't happening. But no matter what type of woman you choose to deal with, man, you have to understand in the gate, you're not the first man she's been with, and you won't be the last. And if you was the first man, you damn sure ain't gonna be the last. That's it.
That's a sad thing.
It varies, but it's a reality that I learned to embrace.
Especially
that help
these
you
women
deal
that
with
call
man.
themselves believing in being in the truth.
They the worst ones. As soon as I see that head wrap, I'm leaving.
It's almost best to just get a woman who don't.
They listen better.
I'm just gonna be straight up, man. At this point in my life, man, I'm living like a unit, man.
Yeah.
I don't even, I'm done.
Hey, the scripture
I
says
done did it all, man.
Yeah.
I done had my foot on every bitch head in the rainbow, man. I'm done. I don't need it no more, man.
Great leader.
It's on y'all, man.
There was actually this
I'll take the choice. Don't worry about it.
There it is.
There was actually this meme where you had this hard bed and you had the gas lined up and you had to do.
Oh yeah, with the flowers.
Yeah.
Y'all staying in
We
line
got
for.
the head, had the flowers. All these other niggas got ass cheek out.
Yeah.
Wait, they turn,
I was
man.
gonna post it, but I ain't like the cheeks, man.
I was gonna post it, but it was the Sabbath. I said, nah, I ain't gonna get cursed off of this shit.
I need to see that.
Yeah,
I gotta figure out how to blur that shit
you guys,
and use it in a
I
lesson.
was trying to clip the cheeks. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I gotta use that in a lesson.
Yeah, we gonna have to fix it up for the elder. You got no, he got some more.
Last one. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her.
And that makes me think of the story of them two basketball hoes. When the chick sat up there on the on that show on the podcast and told the dude, the former porn star dude, he's interviewing him, and she was getting rolled from behind by some NBA dude, and 7 other NBA dudes walked in the room while they was doing it, and she drank everybody's juice. And then he was like, everybody? She was like, every. And then he was like, what you do with the juice? She was like, I swallowed it. And he was like, you didn't get no stomach ache or nothing? She was like, nah. She was like, I went to sleep.
Protein
So
shake.
so she's swollen as fuck now. She getting bugged out.
She didn't eat for days. The bitch didn't eat for days. She had all the protein on her, man.
You know?
She got the
So,
demons in her.
but it's many women just like her.
Bring it out.
Just like her. All right?
Cause yeah, hey, look, hey, I remember that. She did it so much she had to get her stomach pumped. Lil' Kim.
What, the whole crew?
Now, I mean, she was doing that. She did it so much she had to get her stomach pumped. Because she had so much semen in her. I remember that, bro. Man.
Might have been
Shit, so many new bitches better start getting your shit.
Heavy.
Right,
That's
and
heavy.
then you know, and now understanding the scientific part, some research behind it, they proved that every time a woman ingests semen, that it attaches to her brainstem. So you think so? These women that got these high ass body counts, and my man on the bus talking about who cares? You the one got to deal with that demon, man. Right? You right?
You're gonna be fighting a lot of demons.
Exactly. You will never be able to pair bond with a dumbass nigga. That's the problem, man. Right? And them niggas just simps and weaks. They weak simps. But why? Because they don't want to. Why? Because they don't want to spend their money and time, waste their time. Sound like they actually got some intelligence. You just a dumbass.
Sound
nigga.
like they respect themselves.
Right. You just a dumbass nigga.
No rules, last mentality.
Tribe of Dan ass.
Cause your dumb ass nigga.
Dan.
Cause your dumb ass mama
We
told you.
found Dan. They everywhere.
Dumbass nigga.
Especially here in Chicago.
Oh yeah, this is the capital.
Spaceship.
The capital.
This is
This
Proverbs,
gonna be the last one, brother.
Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
I ain't done nothing.
Right.
We just friends.
Right.
Are you friends with his nuts?
Hey, look, they were real quick. They had this one meme. They had the lady sitting down on the ground. They said, fellas, after a ladies' night out, use the black light on her.
Yeah.
And she ain't had nothing on her, but he put the black light on her, and it was all fucking nuts all over her, man. After a ladies' night out. It's crazy, man.
That's Babylon. That's Babylon. And you wonder why we complain and we want to get out of here.
We crying
Because
inside.
we don't want to deal with that. We don't, and the thing, we're not happy or proud about that. Because that a lot of those women that we're talking to, those are our women.
They are women. We know that.
Right? So you think we think we want them to be that way? Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praise, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
What above?
Above, above.